and welcome to Ahiah's Meditation. My name is Marcia Bradshaw, and I am a practitioner emeritus here at Ahiah. So I want to take you on a meditation journey this morning. So I'm asking you just to become still. Resting your feet flatly on the floor. And just anchoring yourself wherever you are in your seat. Palms up on your thigh. And just take a deep breath in. And as you release that breath, release everything other than this moment in time. Just come with me on this journey. I'm calling it a journey to love. So just still yourself and know that the Spirit of the Most High is within you, without you, outside of you, as it is within you. And just rest in that awareness of the perfection that you are. So in this stillness, put your attention on your heart space. That space that we refer to as the loving space. The energy of love. And as you focus on your heart, allow yourself to think of the loving you receive from a baby, from a kitten, a puppy, that love, that soft, sweet love, that unconditional love. Just put your attention there. For I know each one of us has had that experience of knowing unconditional love. And as we rest in that awareness, we take the journey through our body temple and just love every part of it with that soft sweetness. Starting at your toes, just wiggle them around and know that they're there and know that they were given to you, especially for you, so that you might walk on this planet. Your toes, your feet, your ankles. Just feel the soft, sweet love for each part of your body as you move on up to your knees. And then take that love and warm your entire body temple. Recognizing the love for yourself. The peace and the joy in this moment for you truly do love yourself. The perfection that was given to you, now you just feel it. You are in tune to it, for you've taken a moment to be in this meditation. And so as you feel this love for yourself, now take that loving energy and place it on another human being, anyone you choose. And know the love for them that you know for yourself. And just anchor that love in. For you trust that soul. You know that God has given that being to you as a person that you can unconditionally love. Now just breathe that in. So, for as you are choosing to love a person that you know, now just choose to love a person that you don't know. Any being on the planet. Just choose to send them love. That same soft, sweet, unconditional love. For what you give yourself, you must give out. So just anchor that. Because I'm calling you to get a bigger love. I'm calling you to have unconditional love for every person on the planet. All the people, the humans. Just love them all as you love yourself, as you love your friends. Just unconditionally love all beings on this planet. For as you reach the planetary loving field and space, you're giving a healing energy to our planet. Your love reaches all. It reaches every soul, all the animals, all the plants. Your love, that unconditional, soft, sweet love, reaches all. For truly we have no enemies, for there is only one. And when we anchor in that oneness, the love of the oneness, we find the richness that Spirit has instilled in our being. We truly, truly touch the hem of the garment when we know unconditional love. So rest in this soft, sweet space. Surround yourself, your body temple. Surround each being that you know and all those that you don't know. Surround them with the tender love of spirit. Oh, how sweet it is to rest in this awareness, to know this truth, to know that you can touch this at any moment in time by just becoming still and traveling to that sweet space called the journey of love. So I say, precious ones, anchor yourself in spiritual love. Trust that it might guide you, hold you, and keep you. That it surrounds you. And all you need to do is call it forward at any moment in time. And just trust. So I say thank you for your attention this morning as you bring yourself back to this space and place and time, recognizing that sweet spirit holds you in its arms, keeps you protected from all things, and allows you to reach that space of unconditional love at any point in time. So as you return to this space, just take a deep breath. And know the truth that you are loved. Namaste. And I ask that you hold this space of reverence as we prepare for the celebration this morning. Just relax. Thank you.
Oh, good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you here. It's good to know that you're all out there in virtual land also. Today is August 1st, and you know what that means? It means that I've been at Ahiah for 3 years as of today. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Well, good morning, everyone. Or as Reverend Mike says, God morning. And it is a God morning. It is always a God morning, no matter what. And it's so beautiful to be here today with all of you. And I just want to say thank you to a few people. We've got our music department here today. We've got Tina Meeks as our featured singer. We don't have a piano player today, but we will. We're just gonna go with it. You know, we'll be fine. We do have Leon on the bass and Brian on the drums, and we have some wonderful practitioners here today. We had Marsha Bradshaw doing that beautiful meditation this morning. I'm still just kind of floating. You know, I was looking at the little firelight here, you know, the campfire that's up on our monitor, and it was like, oh, this is really nice. And I believe that scene is maybe like the redwoods, and I'm looking forward. I'm going to be on vacation starting the end of this month, and so I'm looking forward. I'm gonna head up and go and spend the day in the redwoods. So I'll look for somebody's campfire. I'm not going to be camping, but I'll find somebody's campfire. And so we also have our own beautiful Jackie Owens here today as our doing our reading and invocation. And we have a few people that are out there doing our Facebook and social media. We've got Harris, you know, kind of flipping the keys over there, but he is also on Zoom. No, not on Zoom, on Facebook. Mindy Morrison is on Zoom, and we have Peter Bedard on YouTube. And making it all possible back here is Gloria. Let's give her a round of applause. She gives us all of our sound and keeps me sane because I don't have to do that. That's wonderful. And then, you know, we're just going to have a good time today. So we're going to start off with a meditation that we're doing on the video here. And so I don't know how many deep breaths you've had this week since last Sunday. Have you taken some deep breaths in? You know, they're always good to just settle in. So I'm going to take a deep breath. If you want to follow along with me, just and then just settle in as we do our video meditation.
I can show you the world, shine and shimmer in splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I know that way up here it's crystal clear, oh, that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless like a shooting star. I've come so far, I can't go back to where I hold new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere there's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
Oh, thank you, Gabriel, for making that meditation up. So now I'd like to ask our own Jackie Owens. Come on up. She's going to do our invocation and reading.
God morning. I am so blessed and grateful to be here this morning. My name is Jacqueline Owens, and I am very proud to be a practitioner here at Ahiah.
Yes.
And this morning, I'd like to have you join me in a prayer of gratitude. So take a deep breath, releasing the tensions of the day. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Knowing that God is all that there is. God is love. God is peace. God is joy. God is wholeness. God is unlimited abundance. God is creative intelligence. Everything that there has ever been, will ever be, and is right now at this moment is God. And as I am right here, right now at this moment, I know that I am a part of God. What God is, I am. What I am, God is. And knowing this to be the truth of me, I know that every person within the sound of my voice, here in this sanctuary, on our visual media screening, in this whole entire world, we are all a part of God. What God is, we are. And today, I speak a word, a prayer of gratitude for knowing who we are in God. I speak my word for those that are seeking love, who need love. And I send you the love and the joy of a smiling child, and as Marcia said, of a sweet little puppy or kitten who loves you unconditionally. For those seeking peace, may you find a space underneath a beautiful shade tree in the coolness with a beautiful stream gurgling by to rest your soul. For those seeking wholeness, who need health, I speak for you the wholeness of God, because in God, in spirit, there is no disease, there is no comfort, and as you are a part of God, know that this is being held just for you. For those needing abundance and prosperity, know that there is unlimited prosperity. As much prosperity as there are grains of sand in every beach all over the world, and in every tree, enough of the leaves for every tree in this entire world. That is God's unlimited abundance and beyond. So I give grateful thanks for this. I give grateful thanks for Reverend Scott, who came today to deliver Spirit's message through him. I give grateful thanks for our musicians who are here today to give us the beauty of their sound. I give grateful thanks for all of those who come to serve here at Ahiah. On the soundboard, the ushers, I give grateful thanks for all of it. And I release this word and prayer of gratitude to the law, knowing that it has been heard and accepted. And together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen. The theme this month for August is called A Pause for Guidance. And in the Science of Mind magazine is an article today written by Detra Johnson, who is a religious science practitioner. And it is called A Pause for Guidance. Wisdom is the best guide, and faith is the best companion. His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. A pause for guidance is like a photograph. It allows me to capture this moment in time. The pause is like the space between the inhalation and the exhalation of my breath. A pause lets me sift through my thoughts and emotions, and I clear my mind of clutter. I release any feelings of doubt or fear that may rise up within me during this space. I replace fear with faith in the pause. Just like the photograph, the pause reminds me that my spiritual self is with the divine self. I pause to open the door to that remembrance. I become still in the silence of the pause. Guidance can now happen because I unlock the door to listen to the silence and the stillness of the divine. I have prepared the space for my inner ear to hear. I expect to hear the whispered wisdom of the divine guide. I ask with faith, and it is given to me. My heart expands to attune with divine wisdom, and affirm. I consistently pause to create a sacred mental space to listen. My expectant knowing always brings a response from the divine. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is wonderful to pause, isn't it? It's so nice to just relax for a moment. But we're not going to relax right now because we're going to ask Tina Meeks to come up and share some of her wonderful energy with us. Come on up, Tina.
Well, hello, Ahiah. Good to see everybody again today. And we have everyone who is out there in video land. Those of us who are here, we are in masks and we are being very safe and we're enjoying each other's energy. We send our love to you, and I believe that it's going to be an absolutely wonderful day for all of us, and certainly because I'm here. So, I mean, for me, like because I didn't mean it that way. Because you're in my, forget it. Let's have a lovely day, everybody. 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Hey, hey. Yes. Again, you guys. Leon is here playing the bass. We're doing great. Yes. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without a warning, love, bears heavy on my mind, then I look at you, all my higher friends, and I know it's gonna be, yeah, everything's all right. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. It's gonna be a lovely day, yeah. Oh, Do you believe it? I declare it. A lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Well, when the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else inside of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you and the world's all right with me. And just one look at you and I know it's gonna be, tell me what it's gonna be. A lovely day, 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 a lovely day, yeah, yeah, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Oh, tell us about it, Leon. Hey! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, yeah. Oh. I'm gonna go to the top. Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without a warning, love, wears heavy on my mind, then I look at you, I look at everybody, and I know the world's all right with me, yeah. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be, yes, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, yeah, lovely day, yeah, yeah, lovely day, 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 lovely day. It's gonna be a lovely day. Yeah, yeah. Have a lovely day, everybody. Oh, lovely day. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so great to have Tina Meeks in the house, that mesmerizing voice of hers. And those heels, too. If you're at home, you can't see the heels, but if you're here, you can. Absolutely, absolutely. So let's put that over there. So it's so wonderful to be here on this first Sunday of August. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you. And, you know, because it's the first Sunday of August, it means we have a new theme. And Jackie earlier, she mentioned what it was. She said it's a pause for guidance. And that's exactly what we are doing right now. We're having a pause for guidance. And, you know, I want to focus in a little bit on the first word there, pause, versus guidance. We've spent a lot of time on guidance. And I know we can't get away from it, but sometimes, and we don't want to get away from the guidance, to be honest, it's what guides our life. But sometimes what we have to do is just remember to pause. The verb, to take the action, to actually pause in our life. And when we can pause, we can open ourselves up to the divine. We can open ourselves to all that energy, all that wisdom and glory, the intelligence and clarity, everything that is back behind the universe, everything that is here, no matter whether you're here in this church or here in your home. It's always here with us. And so that's what we're going to be talking about, pause and guidance, those two things together. And, this week, early in the week, it was either Thursday or Friday, I called into the prayer and conversation, which we have. And one of the members there, she was telling us about a situation with her brother. And I asked her if it was okay if I share this with you in my own way. I'm not going to say her exact words, but in my own way, I wanted to share her story because her story is a story that we find so often in our lives. She has a brother who, according to her, smokes a little bit too much pot. And what that means is that he's not always quite here, and she has a lot of judgments about it. She has a lot of judgments that maybe he's not doing what he needs to do with his life. And she, it's her brother, and so she loves him, and she wants him to do well in his life. And so these judgments come up, and the problem is those judgments show up no matter how, in many cases that are similar to that. There are so many people out there that are depressed. Depression is rampant in this country right now, especially with COVID. It's taken a swing upwards. And on top of depression, you could just maybe be looking at it and saying, oh, that person's not motivated. I wish they would do more. And sometimes, if it's just a coworker or something, maybe it doesn't impact us much. But sometimes, if it's in our family, then that does impact us more. Or maybe it's the partner of a loved one, maybe. And so it impacts us that way. And it's so easy for us to kind of think, well, I just wish that person would just get over it. There's such a phrase in our world. It just rings so many times. We hear it all the time, just get over it. Can't you just get over it? And, whatever that over it is, it can be over it for so many things. PTSD. It could be, could you just get over smoking pot all day? Could you just get over the inability to cope with the world? But these are all judgments that we have. And the problem is that our judgments end up driving us to distraction. It's really it's their issue, but it drives us to distraction. And we are no longer at peace then. So this particular congregant, the reason I'm sharing this is not to say berate people for, just get over it. It's to show the way. Because what she said is that the thing that she loves, that she has learned by coming to Ahiah, is she's learned to just come from love. So instead of telling other people to just get over it, she tells herself, I have to come from love in this situation. Now, she's been coming for a little while, but it takes a while for that to sink in. It takes a while for us to really grasp that, yes, I just need to come from love. And love will take care of it all. But, and so what she has done is she stopped trying to fix her brother. Now, When we stop trying to fix somebody, it does not mean that we're walking by a pool and somebody's drowning in the deep end and we do nothing. That's not what that means. But you know, in that example of walking by a pool and somebody is drowning, if you are not a person who is a strong swimmer, if you're not a person who has been trained to be able to jump into that pool and go to that drowning person and put them under your control, you're just as likely to drown as they are. So what do? Well, in that case, maybe we can find something that floats and throw it into the pool with them. Or maybe we can get that long leaf thing, you know, the thing that you scoop the leaves out of, you know, and put it out to them, or throw them a rope, or call 911. We don't have to go into the pool with them. We don't have to take on more responsibility in our life than is ours. It doesn't mean we don't care. It doesn't mean we don't love them. What it does mean is that we come from love. And so instead of going to judgment with them, you know, because what happens when we go to judgment with somebody? We tell them the things that we've decided, we've judged that they're doing wrong, and then we tell them how to fix it. It's very kind of us, right? Very, very nice. But what it does is it puts us in a place of trying to fix the world. Instead of, when we come from love, what we do is we listen carefully to what is going on in their life. We open our hearts and we love them like God loves us, the grace that God is. God loves us no matter what. We come from that place. And then we find out, what are we supposed to do? And Spirit will tell us. And so, according to this congregant, in trying that way, first of all, what she's found for the first time in years with her brother is peace. She's at peace with her brother. She's not fighting with her brother anymore. She's finding that she can support him in the way that he needs to be supported. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So, a pause for guidance is that type of way of being. We pause and we open our hearts and we let the love in, and the love guides the way. That's what pause for guidance means. So this week, the talk title is Time for a Tune-Up, right? And we have a saying around here. I heard it when I first came here. You know, it's a tune-up from the neck up, right? We get tuned up from the neck up because what is it that needs to be tuned up? If our body needs to be tuned up, we start with our mind. If our finances need to be tuned up, we start with our mind. If our relationships need a tune up, we start with our mind. It's always a tune up from the neck up. Always. That's where we should always be starting. But I was listening, or I was thinking about that phrase, a tune up, and I was wondering, where did that come from? You know, engines, it's about cars, right? You go get your car tuned up, but, you know, engines are not exactly the most melodic things, you know? And so I looked it up, and it ends up, in fact, though, that Henry Ford coined the phrase. And he coined it back in the day before he had even started mass producing his cars, when he was just in the first prototypes. And the engines that he originally built had a condenser, a coil, for every one of the cylinders, rather than later on, and by the time I started having cars, there would be one with a distributor, and I know that's more than anybody really wants to know. But the thing about, it interests me because I used to love to work on cars. But the thing about those coils is they buzz. They have a bit of a buzz. And the reason Henry Ford came up with that term tune-up was because if you get the engine to all be in sync correctly, if it's all running correctly, then all those coils that were on his engine, they would all be in sync. They would all be buzzing at kind of the same harmony. The same, well, they were just in harmony. They were in balance with each other. So his phrase was, let's tune it up. And so I recently got my car tuned up, although in today's world, it's not like the old days. We used to take, I had late 60s cars for a long, long time. And I would be working on them every couple of weeks, going in and checking the gap and, messing with the distributors, messing with the gas mixture on the carburetor. We don't do all that anymore. We just drive the things. It's wonderful. And so, but they do need oil changes. And so I took mine in for an oil change. So that's kind of today's version of a tune-up. And the thing I noticed was as soon as I got into the car and started it up after the oil was changed was, the engine just purred. And I'm driving out of the parking lot and it's got more zip than it had before. And that's what happens to us when we get our tune-up from the neck up. We just purr. We have a little more zip. Now, it's all about mental attitude, right? Isn't that what we found? I know that I find my peace in my world, my harmony, my balance, by unifying with Spirit, by recognizing Spirit as the truth of me. It's out of order. Let's try this one. Yeah. Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes, he tells us that that if you are to find the roots of your life in pure spirit, lose your sense of being separated from your good, and you will find that you are united with it. So as I unite with Spirit, as I recognize Spirit as the truth of my very being, as I put my roots into pure spirit, then all of my good comes to me. I am united with my good. And so, at that point, I find out that that all I have to do is look for Spirit in my life. Now, it's not this thing of I look for Spirit. I don't just go out and go, oh God, show me the harmony. Show me the love. Show me the peace. Instead, what I do is I tell the truth of the experience I'm in right now. Even if it doesn't look all that pretty right now. I tell the truth of it, and then I start to look for the love that God is inside of it. So if I'm having a bad day, I start to look for, well, what is good? What's good in my day? Instead of focusing on the bad, what's good in my day? Right now, what's good in my day is Tina Meeks. It's, my good in my day is you guys. My good in my day is being able to be here with you like this. No matter what else shows up, that good is right there. And as I recognize that and I unify that with that, everything about Spirit just shows up in my life more and more. So, I've been talking about walk. So if you're not here all the time, you may have missed some of that. But I've been mentioning that I've been been doing a lot of walking lately. I've redone my spiritual practices, and I'm doing a lot more walking. And so, I was walking before. I was walking my dog, and we'd walk for a mile or two most days of the week. And I thought, I really find that comforting. I really find that I go to a place of peace as I'm walking my dog, so I'm going to do it more. Well, last week I told you I was at 5 or 6 miles, and this week I'm at 6 or 7 miles, and I don't know, I'm looking for that place of diminishing returns where, I walk more and I don't get anything more out of it. I haven't found that place yet. I am surely hoping that it finds me before 10 miles. But I'm really enjoying the walks. And one of the things that I told you about is I've told you about this nature center that is, I recently found this summer or this spring down from my house. And I mentioned last week that there was some unhoused folks that had tent encampments there, and that they came through and they cleaned that out. And I was there when the sheriff was there. And I had conflicted feelings about that. I had conflicted feelings about where are these guys going to go. At the same time, I was happy that we were getting our nature park back. So it's up and down for me on that. But that was Wednesday last week. By Monday, everything was back to normal. The tents were back, the bicycles were back. And what that left me with was this feeling of, well, this isn't working. I don't even know why we bother, right? It's not working. It's not the solution. And so what that reminds me to do, and I hope you will join me in that, is it reminds me that I don't know what the right answer is. I just don't. But that I would truly, truly, truly appreciate it if the power of prayer from this center helps to solve that problem. So if you will take that to your prayers with me, I would really appreciate it. Now, Friday, is this actually, oh no, it's not upside down. It looked like it was upside down because of the hands. But Friday, I was in the nature park again because it's a 2-mile loop out of my walk, and so I was in the nature park, and I saw all of these dragonflies, and it was the first time. I just found the nature park back in the spring. And it was the first time that I've seen dragonflies there, and they were everywhere. I mean, really, they were everywhere. There was at least 20 of them at one point that were right around me. And I thought, well, why are they suddenly all here? And so, of course, when I got home, I looked it up, and it ends up that dragonflies are in their larva stage for about 9 months of the year. They come out, they end up in their adult stage just for the summer. And this is what they look like when they're in the larva stage. Not quite so pretty, is it? That's the thing down at the bottom. The fish is the fish, but the thing eating the fish is the larva. It doesn't quite reach my heart the same way. But this is a picture of a dragonfly that does reach my heart, And the thing about a dragonfly is I looked that up, and a dragonfly, according to the internet, it says, a dragonfly asks us to break free from our illusions. As it reflects light, it asks us to reflect our inner light. Isn't that beautiful? And so there I was, I had all of these dragonflies around me. And the next thing I knew, there was this dusty red one that kind of looked like this. It was red and some orange and some gold, and it was flying, so I didn't get, as clear a look at it as this, but, it was just flying along with me. And I don't know how long it had been flying with me before I noticed it, but I noticed it, and it would go from just behind my shoulder, and then it would go up about 10 feet or so, and it would just kind of float around like that. And that dragonfly followed me, or I followed it, for about a quarter mile or so. And so I don't know why, but he would maybe, they do eat flies and things, so maybe I was attracting flies for it. I don't know, but it was just really nice as I was walking along and watching this dragonfly. And I was thinking about that dragonfly, and I was thinking, well, who's guiding who in this situation? Right? Because sometimes he's back behind me, sometimes he's in front of me. And, I started thinking, well, that's kind of the way Spirit is with us. Right? Spirit isn't one to tell us exactly what direction to go. It's a little more of a dance with Spirit. And I was thinking, well, who's the better director in this? Who's the better guide? And I was thinking, well, with Spirit, obviously Spirit's the better guide. Now, I did that walk in the morning, and then later on that afternoon I came in because we had some renters here. And I saw Troy. And so Brother Troy back there in the very back, he told me, he says, well, when Spirit's behind you, it means Spirit's willing and able to carry you. And when Spirit's in front of you, we get to follow it. And I know Troy said more than that, but, that's the kind of gist of it I picked up from that. And I was thinking, well, that's absolutely true. There's this kind of a symbiotic relationship we have with Spirit where we point the direction and then Spirit fine-tunes it. And we are always, always, always free to choose to go another way. And thankfully, that dragonfly, it didn't go swimming off over or sailing off over the water because I couldn't follow it there. It stayed there on the path where I could. And that's what Spirit does for us. We sort of point the direction. I want more abundance in my life. Okay, go this way. I want more harmony in my life. Oh, that's where you want to focus on? Go that way. And if we ask for a lot of confusion, it might just take us out over the water too. Because that's what we've asked for, not it telling us that's what we need to do. So I really love having a guide, and I think that, that's what we want in life. We want to pause for guidance. We want to allow ourselves to recognize when that dragonfly is flying with us. So, how do I get a tune-up then? Well, the first thing I've got to do is I have to learn. I have to decide to learn. Because part of getting a tune-up is changing my mind, changing my thoughts. Now, I looked up a term that I think is really great, actually. It's called guided learning. So rather than, being in a school where you're at a desk and a teacher's in front telling you all the things that you need to do, instead, guided learning, according to this page on the internet I was reading, is guided by more experienced partners and socially derived sources. So rather than living in the life of hard knocks, what we're living from is we're living from a place where people who are more experienced are helping us. What do we call those folks? We call them mentors, right? We're looking to have mentors in our life. And mentors show up in so many ways. Ministers are mentors, practitioners are mentors. You know, there's lots of people, therapists can be mentors. You know, coaches on a football team can be a mentor. I know my son's coach on his water polo team was a great mentor for him. And so we search out our mentors. Now, what are these socially derived sources? Well, you know, our socially derived sources are the people who annoy the heck out of us. You know that to be true, right? That there is a place in our life for the people who annoy us. What they're doing is it's sad but true. You know, it really is. It's true. There is a place, and you remember that old saying, it comes from the Bible, suffer fools gladly. You know, suffer fools gladly. It's because those are the people who are also our teachers. What lesson do we need to learn? When somebody annoys us, can we make them a person who is one of our teachers versus just somebody who is annoying us? Another thing to recognize is Sharon Alders. She says, happiness is always on the other side of being teachable. And I like this saying too. It's from John Rooney. He says, the quickest way to become an old dog is to stop learning new tricks. So we want to move through our life. We want to learn, you know, take a pause for guidance. We want to recognize the learning that's always happening in us. We want to take advantage of the people who are there to guide us, both the mentors and, you know, suffering fools gladly. It's okay. And so I want to leave you with an affirmation today. It's showing on your screen here. And so if you read it along with me, it says, happiness is always on the other side of being teachable. Say that one more time. Happiness is on the other side of being teachable. So as you go out into your week, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just take the time to see the gift in living in the now. There's an old saying, right? The gift of living in the, or it is a gift living in the now, and that's why they call it the present. Right? We want to just live in the now. We want to reap the benefits of being in the now. And want you to remember to just take a breath. Like our congregant was saying, you know, take a breath, step out of judgment, step into love. That's what we do with people. And then last of all, you know, go out and look for your dragonfly, for your own dragonfly. I know it's buzzing around your head somewhere. All you need to do is just let Spirit guide you. Thank you, and namaste. Oh, so let's just anchor that in with a little bit of prayer. So if you will follow my voice down inside to that place that knows that it knows. And it's from that place of knowing that I absolutely see and hear and smell the reality of the universe, and I know it it as being only Spirit. I know that this life, this power, this presence that we call God or Spirit or Allah or one of the million names that we've given it, I know that that life is fully present everywhere. And it creates out of itself, out of the love and the peace and the joy and the harmony and the wholeness that it is, always creating out of those God qualities into our lives. And as I know that to be the truth of God, I know it to be the truth of me. I know it to be the truth of everyone listening here right now. That this life that is God is the life that is us. It is our life at the very deepest level. And so we are that same love and peace and joy and wholeness that God is. And so it's from that place of knowingness that I speak my word right here, right now, for each and every one of our lives. Knowing absolutely that the love that God is, it shows us the way. The love that God is with every person, maybe they annoy us, maybe they don't, but for every person in our life, love always shows us what the next step is to upholding both ourselves and them. Spirit is the only power in the universe that can put together a path forward that benefits everyone. And so we listen to Spirit. We allow Spirit to guide us. We move on this path of harmony and balance. We move on this path of prosperity and joy. And we allow Spirit to have its way with us. And I know as we do that more and more and more, that the truth of Spirit shows up in our lives more. The love, the peace, the joy. And for knowing that, I just give thanks. And I release this prayer to the law, knowing that it's already fulfilled in the mind that God is. And I say life and God are good and very good. And together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen. And so now's the time for our conscious contributions. And so if you would, I know many of you have already contributed. You've contributed online or sent in those checks that I love the notes that you give us or give me. And so there's many ways for you to do that ahead of time. If you're here, go ahead and we love to take checks or cash, whatever you want. You can also follow any of these from your smartphone. And at the end of service, we'll have an usher taking the offering at the doors, just so that we're not going around so much among the congregants. But however you're giving it, whether it is by going to ahiah.com/donate or texting to give at 616-226-2225, or mailing it to our address here, I just want to say thank you. Knowing that everything that you give is a blessing to this community and that it goes to support all the work that we do, not just here on Sunday, but the work that we do through the week. We have classes, we have workshops, we have the healing service, the book study, all sorts of things that are going on through the week. And so however you've given, if you would like to take that gift and just place it next to your heart, maybe virtually next to your heart, and the affirmation is on the screen, you can say it with me. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving as I now share my gift with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen and amen. And so now I'd like to ask Tina, come on up. She's going to give us another song.
Well, you all know this one, and I know that we are not singing as much together, but you can hum along and you can clap along and you can move your body. Right? Okay. Oh, we wanted to do something that we knew you'd know. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everybody all over the world, all around the world, we all gotta let it shine. Oh, all around the world, we all gotta let it shine. All around the world, we all gotta let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes. Let me get a little. Hey, yeah. How you doing at home, everybody? Are you letting it shine? Come on. I want to feel your energy. Come on. Whoa. All right, everybody. Everywhere you go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I don't know about you, but this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, every day I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One last time. Come on, one more time. Let it shine, let it shine. Are you gonna do it? Let it shine. Ooh, let me see those hands. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna let it shine, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, thank you. So I just want to remind us that we have our practitioners here for prayer today. If you'd like prayer, we'll be here in the sanctuary after service. And if you also, you can meet our practitioners and get their contact information off of our website. You can go to ahiah.com, and then under prayer, there's a Meet Our Practitioners webpage. And then we also have our Ministry of Prayer online also. So if you would like a specific prayer, feel free to go online anytime. Go to ahiah.com/prayers and just fill in the form, and we will be praying for you. We'll also give you a call if you'd like us to give you a call. And we have Dial-A-Prayer, which is on the telephone. You can call our number, and if you press 7, then it takes you to the Dial-A-Prayer. That Dial-A-Prayer has a message. I've got the message this week and a prayer on there. So you can call up and listen to my message and prayer. Or you can go to the website also and find Dial-A-Prayer on our website. So however you do that, we would love, love, love to pray with you. And so let's go ahead and do our benediction. And so it's up here on the screen. I know those are kind of small letters, so We're going to fix that for next week, but you might know it anyway. You guys have been around for a while. It hasn't changed. So why don't you say it along with me? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all of my affairs. I accept it. I am it, and I share it, just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Amen and amen. And so we'll be opening the doors. We would love to chat with you out in the courtyard. If you if you're online, I would love to talk to you. I'll be in there in about 15 minutes. You can go to ahiah.com/virtual and hit the go to Zoom button, and I'll see you there. Thank you, everyone. See you next week. Thank you, and namaste.